just to speak a little bit about their families, the kind of men that they were. I mean, you were able to to know them on a really personal level, and those relationships have lasted a decade now.
Reflective of the racial and ethnic makeup of New York and of the NYPD, Detective Blue was the son of Chinese immigrants. Neither of his parents spoke English at the time that he came on the police department. He was young and single. He had just recently married, and Detective Ramos was the father of several children, former school safety officer, a minister at his local church, Puerto Rican. So you have this Chinese Asian officer, this Puerto Rican officer, both of them immigrants to this country, and the murderer was a black male. So you had this ethnic mix of the individuals involved. And again, the officers were assigned to a security post because of crime in a certain neighborhood when the suspect in this case walked up beside them and shot the two of them to death while they were sitting in the car eating lunch. It was a time of extraordinary tension in the city. The police union was upset with Mayor de Blasio for a variety of reasons, and they effectively accused him of having blood in his hands, and at the funeral turned their backs on the mayor. At the hospital that night when I arrived, as is always the case when officers are shot, the hospital was loaded with hundreds of police officers, and some number of them turned their back on the mayor as I walked down the hall with him to go view the two officers and meet the wives of the two officers. A blessing that came out of that tragic event is that the attending physicians asked Detective Blue's wife if she would want them to basically be able to take a semen sample from her husband, who is now deceased, so that if she was of interest in having a child, that could, without official insemination, that could happen.